it feels like you're going broke every single day.
And losing your mind.
Yeah. And then once you've decided, like, this is what I'm doing, you need to go all in on you. So how's your trip so far?
Amazing.
Okay.
Everything has been amazing.
I love that.
This is amazing.
It is. So before we get started, why don't you go ahead and share with everybody a little bit about yourself? And then also, what do you do? Because you're a little bit different than most of us. And how did you get into what we do?
Okay, so a little bit about myself. I am a mom of 4 with a set of twins. We have a good spread between them, 23, almost 11, and 8. Little girl, the only one. Mm-hmm. She's your little bestie, too.
Yep.
Cross-country friends. And let's see. My background is in finance and accounting. And so before the twins were born and we had craziness of 3 under 3, I worked in government finance for a long time and then started staying at home with the kids because 3 children in daycare is more than I was going to be making.
Yeah.
So that made sense.
Like a full-time salary.
Yeah. And that is kind of how it led into what I'm doing now. So my husband is a mortgage broker. He's a broker owner, single man shop. Mm-hmm. And at the time, his business was expanding and he needed help. Mm-hmm. And money doesn't leave my house. So if we're going to hire somebody, then why not me?
Yeah.
And that was kind of how I got started. And it was low key for me. It was a way to make a living, contribute to the family, make a little bit of money, and then provide him the support that he needed. When the kids got older, then kind of my opportunities changed a little bit because, my role changed. And so I opened a third-party processing company.
Yeah.
It was only supposed to be for him. Mm-hmm. It's now not just for him.
Yeah. How many people you have on staff? How many brokers we serve?
So we serve over 40 brokers right now.
Wow.
And we have 6 full-time plus myself.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And licensed now. So let's see, 2023 and 2024 were huge expansion years for licensing because I'm in Florida. That's where the company's based. And we just started going. Georgia, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Louisiana, and started adding them state by state.
So because that's a lot of growth in a very short amount of time. And maybe you were prepped for it. Maybe you weren't.
I was not.
Okay.
I will tell you.
What have been some of those limiting beliefs that you've had to overcome?
I think the first one was that, I can do this. I mean, I know I can do the job, but can I lead a team? Mm-hmm. Can I start developing other people?
Yeah.
Can I take on that responsibility of
payroll
and not just the payroll, function, but these
meeting
are people's salaries, right?
It's a lot of pressure.
And a lot of, actually all of my processors are women and mothers because, while we are growing, it's still a small shop. So I don't have insurance. I don't, I don't offer, benefits. Yeah. So they're fortunate to have that on the flip side. But making sure that they can make their mortgage payment while we're processing mortgage loans.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
It's a big responsibility. Yeah. Do you ever feel like, oh, fuck, I'm actually doing it? What?
All the time.
Right?
All the time.
I don't know if it's imposter syndrome or just
I think it's a...
When is somebody going to find out? When is somebody going to find out? I really don't know what I'm doing, but we're doing it anyway.
Well, and it's funny that you say that because... on the broker side, for mortgages, there's a huge network of folks that are, different trade associations that help, and we're instrumental. There's nothing for processing.
Yeah.
And so I'm I don't know if this is the way to run a processing company, but this is how we're going to run it, and this is the culture that we're going to bring, and we're going to keep taking steps forward. And it's been working.
Yeah.
So... I think we're on the right track.
Keep doing it. You want to tell everybody how we met?
Yeah.
Right. You want me to tell it? You want to tell it?
Well, how about you tell it and then I'll tell you if it's the right,
yeah.
if we have the same memory of how we met.
Do you ever do this with your husband? You're like, no, you go first. You go first. We're going to see if we have the same story because.
Yeah.
So I'll share with you guys. Working on loans, feeling very isolated in my business. Had joined AIM, which is our association. I don't even think I joined. I was like not a paid member with them, and that's our trade association. And I went to Fuse. I didn't know anybody. My sister came with me, and it was like, okay, well, maybe this is something that I want to show up more with because I am feeling like freaking lonely. Like it's such an isolating business, and I really needed to have like some like friends, right? Like to balance that stress and everything that we do have to balance. And it was so interesting at that Fuse. I had like a big, like around that time, a shift in friendships that were like, your life is going somewhere different, Paige. So we're going to like pull all these people out of your life. And I was like, all right. And so I show up at this event and I'm just like, I felt like my whole world back home was falling apart at that event.
But you showed up.
I came, yeah. And so I come back and like, I'm like, okay, God, like I got you. We're obviously going somewhere different. And then somebody called for me and they're like, we're doing this event in Palm Beach. Was it Palm Beach?
Naples.
Naples.
Same difference.
Yeah. I don't even,
they're
not on the same coast.
It's in Florida. They're not on the same coast. They're on the beach. It's fine.
I also am like geographically challenged. I absolutely know where nothing is. I knew California, Arizona, Texas, Florida, Georgia. That's about it. I'm not sure which one comes above us. In California, it might be Washington. It could be Oregon. That's like all I know. So I don't know where anything in Florida is. So anyways, I go out to this event in Naples, and I get to room with our friend Elena. I had never met her before, and somebody's like, oh, you'll love her, and like absolutely love her. And we met. We didn't have a ton of time to connect.
No,
I was just like, okay, hi, bye.
Well, and I was there with my husband, and so a lot of it, and I brought my kids that time too. So I was like momming it and
all this
working
other stuff,
it.
right? Yeah. And I was like, okay, yeah, we had good conversation.
Yeah.
And then we came back, and Elena, who's not here, but I'm not going to talk about that, didn't come. But
We
it's fine.
are
I
a
still
little
love you.
bit bitter and sad.
Bitter. I still love you, but you're on restriction. So she was like, you guys should meet. And she put the three of us in a group chat.
She put us in a group chat. You had posted something on Facebook, and we were Facebook friends.
Listen what Paige is gonna do. Like, oh God.
Like, and we were Facebook friends, but obviously not. Great. And she's like, "Did you see Paige's post?" And I'm like, "No, what is it?" And I'm like, "I am dying." And she's like, and then the trio started, and then then it was a group text, and I've never left that.
Group text saved my life that year, like. I went through, fuck. I was like, hoping I wasn't going to cry when you stood in front. I went through so much that year with like mass exodus of people in my life.
I remember you telling me after, later,
so hard. It was really so hard. And then like that group text of like just having anybody there.
Yeah.
And like now I look back and I go, that all had to happen how it happened. And like I could just simply look at like and I don't mean to like make this very trivial and like money's the whole thing, but like I had no other outside like recognition of why that was happening besides just looking at my business and going, well, my business is growing, and like that all had to happen. And it was like the only thing I could hang on to was like, wow, my career's really taking off. And like, thank God I had you guys in that group chat because I didn't really have anybody else at that time.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I have like real tears now. I got a little teary up before. I like real tears right now. Thank you.
I might, yeah. Just because it's coming.
But yeah, I didn't have anybody then, right? And then like, I was able to be like, oh, these are women that like honestly support me, not the fake support where you're like, yeah. And it's like, oh my God, I love what you post online. And I'm like, no, you love it right now. You love it right now. But just wait, there will come a time where you're going to personally be triggered by me showing up online, and then you're not going to love it, right? And it was like, oh, here we are. And so to have people that would celebrate me and like, girl, take your victory lap. It was like,
oh, that hype squad is everything. And I know we kind of joke about trading crazy. Like, listen, you can't be crazy today because it's my turn.
Yeah.
It's my turn. Like, I need you to do this. Like, you can have crazy in an hour, but right now it needs to be about me. And so, that back and forth has been, it's huge.
Yeah. And I just look at, like when I wanted to create Notorious, I was like, more women need this. They need that support system.
Yeah.
Because I could just simply look at like income and be like, I don't know what it is, but there's something to that about surrounding yourself with the right people that will celebrate you, support you, all that kind of stuff. And then like your own belief in yourself of like, oh, maybe, well, you believe in me. Like maybe I can do this. And then like watching my bank account and just being like, okay, there's obviously something there. And more women need to have this. And so, hence here we are.
Well, and I think to your point, even like this trip, and I know we've talked about this a little bit, we go to these events, we know each other, we see each other, but there's no time together. Just like you said, when we met, it was, an hour at the bar after another session, after, 8 hours of everything. And there wasn't any time to connect. Yeah. And so that's what I love about what you're building here with Notorious is it's not, I mean, yes, we talk business and we swap ideas and strategies and things like that, but it's real connection with women that understand all the nuances of what we deal with.
Yeah, Rebecca sent me something last year and it was like somebody had posted this thing online and it was like, you don't need another class. What you need is transformation. Yeah. And transformation happens in community with other people. It don't happen behind your screen, right? And it doesn't happen in a classroom. And it probably doesn't happen in like big session, It's really the one-on-one-ness of it. And so, so that's what we're doing here. All right, so I'll explain the rest of it. So so we meet, but in this group chat, Cheryl gets to experience me and all my stuff.
Well, and then if you're going to be friends with Paige, just so you're clear, you have to become a voice texter.
Oh, 100%. Like my podcast, I'm like voice note you like so much.
Yeah. She might type you, text a little bit, but it's going to be a voice note. And so you better be ready for 2 minutes of it. Like
my diatribe on whatever's
on your mind.
Yeah. So you're going to hear it. So we do this for like, I don't know how many months we do this for. And then EPM, which is one of our sponsors. Thank you, EPM. You guys are so generous. Eddie and the whole crew over there. They have a box at Mercedes-Benz and they do like raffles sometimes. And like this one was Taylor Swift.
No, like he gives away everything except the Georgia Bulldog tickets.
Yeah.
He's like, you're never getting those. Yeah.
So we end up both winning. Yeah. And I'm going to do winning. So I don't know how they do their winning.
Well, it was like a draw, it was just that algorithm drawing like bing, and here comes your name,
So we both get tickets and I think she was 8 at the time, 7 or 8. She's like big time singer. So I'm like, all right, you're going to go with us. We fly to Atlanta and then I take my littlest one to the concert. And then Cheryl has a daughter. It's like same age. And we're like, we should like get you guys to know each other. So then the girls build this relationship. Weird, online via Roblox, doing like jump on FaceTime with me, and she's got a tea party over in Florida, and there's a tea party happening in California, and the girls become the best of friends. Yeah. And then we're like, oh, okay, well, I guess we gotta become the best of friends.
Well, do you remember those shots that I took of you though with Everly, like when you were down front? And that's when I kind of knew that you were really my people too, because I got to see you interact with your daughter, and it was just the sweetest shot of just. You love and honor, like just enjoying where we were and enjoying the moment. And she was so happy. And, like everybody's decked out in their era. And, you guys had the purple on. And I'm like, yeah, that's my people.
Yeah. So since then, I don't know. Since
then, we've spent a fortune keeping our friendship and our daughter's friendships now cross country.
Lots of flights, bought a house together. Became business partners.
Well, remember their first meeting? It was like a blind date. Remember, like the girls had to meet, and so you were in the house in Georgia. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, Georgia's an easy flight. Like, we'll just come up there for the weekend. Yeah. And great. Clicked just like that too. Yeah. Just like, bye, mom and dad.
Yeah, I love that. All right, so enough about us and how we met and our amazing friendship that I'm so grateful for because it keeps me sane and all of that stuff. why don't we share with people the biggest wins in business, the biggest losses in business, limiting belief challenges, being a woman in this industry, having to deal with men. I don't know, anywhere you want to go with that. Let's see what happens.
So some of the biggest wins is, really the growth and the expansion, I would say. Even recently, I joke with my processors. I'm like, we're going to be a legit company.
That's what I
like,
know.
we're going to be legit. Like, we just rolled out a CRM, and I used to joke with my husband about it. I'm like, he'd tell me all these things because, he's been doing this, forever. And I'm like, oh, I need a CRM.
Yeah.
Like, I need this. And moving to that phase, like, the next step is I'm about to hire an assistant because I need it. And, at first I did everything on my own, right? It was spreadsheet invoices, and then I'm like, oh, I got to get an accounting system. All right, we're going to do that. And then it was, all right, I've got it, but now I don't have time. Can I run payroll? 100%. I did it for 10 years. Like, that's my background. Not the highest and best use of my time. So now I'm going to farm that out. So a lot of that learning curve has been like, what do I love to do? What do I hate to do? And what are the things that can take that pressure and burden off of me for a minimal cost? Because what's my time worth?
Yeah.
I could
That's
spend
hard
20
as a
hours.
woman
Yeah.
sometimes to discern too, because I don't know if we don't give ourselves enough value or we're used to solving other problems or taking it on. Being able to delegate is very difficult. Like, I think it's tied to value and worth. I don't know. But being able to delegate those things off to people, I mean, that's what you need for growth. There's something the other day I was like, what does growth feel like when you're building a business? I'm like, it feels like you're going broke every single day.
And losing your mind.
Yeah. And you just have to trust and faith that all of these investments that you're making, that there is a payoff. And yes, you don't do it willy-nilly. Like, you might, you're researching and testing and all that kind of stuff. And then once you've decided, like, this is what I'm doing, you need to go all in on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's been the biggest, because licensing is expensive. Every state is like $1,000 here, $1,000 here, $1,000 here, $1,000. And I'm like, okay, all right, God, I'm just gonna, okay, all right, we're just gonna keep doing it, and then we'll pick up brokers in those states. Like, if you build it, they will come, right?
Yeah.
And that was just kind of I'm gonna keep moving forward until I hit smack in the middle, like. I wish I knew her name because I really would like to give her credit. But one of the things that she says is, I'm going to pray like it's going to happen until I am smacked in the face and it's taken away from me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to keep moving because those prayers are answered. And until they're not, until God says and pulls the rug out from under me and says, nope, that is not the way we're going, then we keep going, as scary as it is.
Yeah, that's how I felt like previous to doing Notorious. I had become real proficient at my job, right? I didn't need to lean on anybody else. It was like, I could do this, right? This is fine. I make decent money. We have a business over here. It is a Mickey Mouse business with no website and no CRM, but it pays
Still
bills. It's
money.
great, right? So I'm like, okay, then. And then doing Notorious, it was like, I was very acutely aware, Paige, you do not have the resources, you do not have the contacts, you don't have the money to do this. And having to step out in faith, it was like I had no other choice but to rely on something bigger than myself. I was like, all right, I'm going to take this on. You better show up for, like, like demanding God. You better show up for me. Like, I'll follow.
You gave me this vision.
You bring the people.
This,
You bring the people.
Yeah.
I will take the steps. I will do the work, and you better bring the people. And I had that whole year to have to, like, practice that. I remember used to in Indiana, this is kind of sound out of left field, but used to in Indiana Jones, and, like, I think it's, like, the first one. I don't know. But he has to get from, like, one side of this, like, inside this big old cavern to the other, and there's no bridge. You have to believe in what you're doing so much that you can see that, and then you have to step out in faith and believe that the support's going to be there.
Yeah. And I think, no, I'm going to cry. I think when you asked about like challenges and things, it's very similar in growing the processing company, because I'm just like, okay, I know I'm going to do this, but how?
And you're like, I have no background in this. Like, not in processing. Why is this for me?
Well, I mean, I have background in processing, but not like building a processing company, a third-party processing company, like, because it's new. It's all new. And there's no roadmap. And there's no, who do you call?
Yeah.
Wemlo?
Yeah.
I don't call them.
Yeah. And having the faith that, like, you'll be provided with the plan, you'll be provided with the steps, you'll be provided with the people, but none of that happens if you just sit still. Like, you have to take the steps for that to appear. Like, Indy can't be on the side of it and just, like, believe it. And
that he's going to levitate, you know, like you got to run and jump
out into faith, you know. What can you share with people to like save them, like the mistakes?
Hire slow and fire quickly. And that was one thing. Yeah. That was one thing because, again, it's people's livelihoods, right? I don't hire with the intention to fire like that. I don't like that. That's uncomfortable. That's awkward. I don't want to do that. But also, running a business.
Yeah.
Like, and so recognizing that it takes, you know, taking the time to really vet the process. And there's a whole process, not just the interview process, but then there's a technical aspect, like where I'm like, I need you to send me a video. I need you to follow these instructions so that I know that you
follow direction.
Yeah, because it's a huge skill in processing. I mean, like if I can't, you know, trust that you can follow direction, like line by line and figure out, you know, technology and, you know, or then you're emailing me because you can't do what I'm asking you to do something. I'm like, then we're not a fit because this is not like, it goes too fast. It changes too much. And there's so many different lenders that you gotta be like this. You gotta be flexible. So you know, that's been a challenge. And then also, one of the bigger wins is starting to take a salary because that didn't happen for the first 2 years. You know, because you're just investing. And that's and I really appreciate, you know, that type of support too, just from friends and family.
And also luckily having other support, like husband and other income sources that can support you in
that time. Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and also tell me, because I know a ton of stuff about you, why don't you also tell me some of your like philanthropic things that you like to support? Yeah,
so huge giver or, you know, belief in just serving our local community and then serving others because I love my job. I like making money, I do. But I also know that the reason that I'm here is to do more for other people as well. It's not just, as much as I like to think it's all about me. It's not all about me. So I served on the local ARC, which is for developmentally disabled, for 10 years. Until I had actually like met my term limit. They wanted to change the bylaws so that you could add other terms. And I'm like, no, guys, like I think that it's time. It's been 10 years, you know, moving away from that. And then as soon as I made that move, I got a call from a local art gallery and they're like, we really need a finance. I always get stuck in the treasurer role.
Yeah, okay.
Always. I mean, they're always like, we need a treasurer. And I'm like,
you could be my treasurer.
I'm like, okay. Yes, add it to the list. And so right now I currently serve on the board of directors for a local art community. We do a lot because of my work previously with just serving with developmentally disabled. Night to Shine's a big, a big, you know, soft spot in my heart. And so every year, fantastic couple like organizes it, plans it. I mean, and if you know planning events, how difficult that can be. And so one of the things, it's really the fun job that I get to do is coordinate all the dress pickups. So if you're not familiar with Night to Shine, it's prom. You know, Tim Tebow kind of rolled it out, and it's prom for, you know, those that may not attend traditional school and may not get that experience. And we call them king and queens.
Oh, cute.
And there's red carpet, and it's a big giant party. And so one of the things that they do is they offer like a shop. so you can go shopping
Oh, cute.
for your prom dress. Because, I mean, not everybody, you know, you
Gets that
can't go,
experience,
you know. So we ask, and it always comes right around prom and homecoming. We'll ask, you know, the local community to donate any of their dresses and things like that. Because usually you're one and done. You're not going to rewear it. And so I coordinate those dress pickups. And, in fact, my kids are like, yeah, don't worry. My mom has all these dresses in here. Like, they're not hers. They just stay here. And like, I mean, there's a whole storage unit. And then we, you know, bring them out every year for everybody to go shopping. And, you know, so we love that. My husband coaches football. And then, you know, it's not a volunteer gig. It's a voluntold gig, the dance mom thing, you know?
Dance mom. The dance mom thing. And then also, you guys support the local 4-H. We're going to get into this one.
We do, because you need a garage freezer.
Okay, yeah, so you need a deep freezer. So I don't know how this conversation started, but Cheryl was like, something around a deep freezer. And so she lives in Florida. Our friend Elena lives in Reno. I live in California. And I was like, nobody in California has deep freezers. Like, what are you talking about? And the only person I knew growing up that had a deep freezer, they were really from like Michigan, I don't know, somewhere. They were not from California. And so Cheryl was like, yeah, well, we go to the local 4-H. Like, they do like the fair, and you go and you like buy a pig. I'm like, what? And what do you do for? That's why you have the deep freezer, because then you gotta like put the meat stuff in the fridge. But also, if you buy at the 4-H, it's a tax write-off. And I said, well, that's pretty brilliant. I don't know if I'm going to be buying a deep freezer to do all of this, but I like that portion of it. And then I was like, if you have one, in California, we don't have deep freezers because like space is a commodity where I live. And if you do have a deep freezer, and Michael could chime in on here if he wants to. You can cut this. If you do have a deep freezer, it's really a cold plunge. Like, that's what we're doing.
Well, and that's what you thought. You were like, for cold plunges? I'm like, no, for the meat. I mean, other people think that we buy a pig like as a pet. And I'm like, no, it's not a pet. So we do support the local community there. We like to serve in our local church. I think, you know, wherever we can fit time in to really give back is always a blessing. It's never been disappointing. You know, I feel like I do it for others, but honestly, like I get so much in return. Just in that joy of helping.
Well, I don't know if I could close it any other better than those words right there today. Is that how much we get in return when we give? So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love you dearly, and I honestly could not do this without you. And so thank you for coming on today.
I'm excited to always be here.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, guys. So come join our community, make beautiful friendships like this, and join us on the next trip.
Brokers, are your real estate investor clients struggling with income documentation? What if I told you there's a loan where their personal income isn't even a factor? Let's talk about the DSCR loan, the ultimate solution for helping your investors scale. Lending Pros is your go-to lender. A DSCR loan debt service coverage ratio simplifies financing for investors. With no W-2s, no tax returns, approval is based on the property rental income. If the rental income covers your mortgage, your client qualifies. Ideal for self-employed investors or those who are expanding their portfolio without traditional income hurdles. If you're looking for an easy way to help your investor clients close more deals, DSCR loans are a game changer. Want to partner with a lender that makes it seamless? Reach out to our Lending Pros account executive today. We're here to help you close more loans.